The efforts to save the area's endangered wildlife. It's especially the case on the very shores of the lake, where a conservation group has acquired a huge cattle property. Paul Lockyer reports from Kalamurina station on the northern side of Lake Eyre.
The Warburton Creek, which carries the bulk of the flood flow to Lake Eyre, cuts through the desert country on Kalamurina station before it spreads wide across a huge salt pan. The property covers more than 650,000 hectares of mostly arid country, which seems best suited to camels. But a conservation group which has bought the place is determined to protect 17 endangered native animals in the area and reintroduce others that have been made extinct.
Well, Kalamurina really is a hotspot for the threatened wildlife of Central Australia. And of course, Australia has the worst mammal extinction rate, so protecting a place like this is just so important.
Cattle have already been removed from the station, and the flood has come at the perfect time to bring a regeneration of the floodplain country.
To have an area that is not really represented by conservation anywhere else in the country is a fantastic thing to happen.
The Australian Wildlife Conservancy has bought 20 other properties around Australia and says it has proved its management credentials. Others have their doubts. There have been the usual derisive murmurs from locals about greenies invading the outback, but their major concern is that this place could become a breeding ground for feral animals. Absolutely not, say the new owners.
We'll be working very actively to get on top of rabbits, camels, foxes and the other feral animals that are in this region, and that is our track record across Australia.
Their goal is to restore the natural balance as swiftly as possible.
Well, I think in 5 years' time it'd be nice to be back here and see this country as it was 100, 150 years ago, before a lot of the changes that came with European settlement.
And the property will always enjoy one of the best vantage points to see the floods, on those rare occasions when they find their way to Lake Eyre. Paul Lockyer, ABC News, Central Australia.